With those two last rate hikes, the months of inventory in the GTA have gone from about 1.3 months of inventory, which is a really strong seller's market, all the way up to 2.9 months of inventory, which is way more closer to a balanced market. Like, we're definitely approaching a balanced market there. What's going on, everyone? It's Vazquez here. I'm a realtor in Mississauga, and I love to put out content on my channel to help you on your buying and selling journey. If you have any questions at all, or if you are thinking of buying or selling a house, please feel free to reach out to me. You can shoot me a text or an email or book a one-on-one call with me. The link will be in the description below. I'd love to hear from you and answer any questions that you have. Now, before we get into the video, we're going to be taking a look at the stats for the GTA real estate market. But before we do, if you find some value in this video, please just hit that like button and consider subscribing. Now, with all that out of the way, let's jump straight into the video, and we're going to get started with total residential transactions. There were 5,250 sales reported in July, which is up 8% from last year, but it is down 9% from last month on a seasonally adjusted basis. Home sales this month were higher than July of last year, which really just suggests that many households have just become accustomed to the higher borrowing costs. With that being said, though, the sales momentum that we did see in the early spring has kind of slowed down, especially after we had those 2 consecutive rate hikes from the Bank of Canada. So sales are starting to trend downward. And all that really means is that demand is starting to dry up a little bit. Now, taking a look at the supply side of things, let's take a look at new listings. There were 13,712 new listings that came onto the market in July. That's an 11.5% increase in the number of homes available for sale compared to last year. So if you notice, we had an 11.5% increase in new listings and only an 8% increase in sales relative to last year. So basically, that's just telling us that supply is starting to increase a little bit while demand isn't keeping up with it as we would expect. And looking at a month-to-month difference between July and June, new listings did technically go down, but on a seasonally adjusted basis, they started to go up, which basically, again, just means that supply is starting to increase a little bit while demand is starting to pull back a little bit, which is leading us to a more balanced market. Taking a look at the average selling price, the average selling price is now $1.118 million. That is up 4.2% compared to last year, but again, is down compared to last month. The slowdown of the market caused by the rising interest rates continues to have its effect on the market. This is now the second consecutive month where prices have started to decrease, and this trend of prices going down will probably continue over the next few months, especially if we keep seeing new listings increase while sales go down. So we'll have to see what happens, but I do expect prices to keep going down if we stay on the trend that we're currently on. So looking at the market as a whole, we are starting to see more balanced market conditions here, as I just said, as new listings increase a little bit and sales start trending downward. Uncertainty around interest rates and the overall economy in Canada has led a lot of buyers to stand on the sidelines, which has really sucked a lot of the demand out of the market. So a lot of people are just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with the Bank of Canada, if they're going to keep raising rates, and what's going to happen with the economy. So that's really caused this slowdown here and is leading obviously to these more balanced market conditions. With those two last rate hikes, the months of inventory in the GTA have gone from about 1.3 months of inventory, which is a really strong seller's market, all the way up to 2.9 months of inventory, which is way more closer to a balanced market. Like, we're definitely approaching a balanced market there. And that'll happen from those 2 rate hikes that happened in June and July. This pretty crazy jump to a balanced market is temporary though. Again, it's caused by the rising interest rates, but over the long term, demand for homeownership is still going to be very strong in the GTA. We're going to have record levels of immigration, of people moving here, and there's no real supply solution there. So the long-term outlook for the GTA still looks very, very good, even though we're in a more balanced market right now. Also, I do want to mention that even though the GTA as a whole is moving to a more balanced market, that's not necessarily true for specific neighborhoods or specific home types. Some neighborhoods are very, very hot with lots of competition, or some home types are very, very hot with lots of competition, and then others might be a little bit slower with just a lot of listings and not as many buyers looking. So it's really, really location dependent, and it's really important that you just talk to your trusted real estate agent so they can give you the information that actually pertains to you and your situation with what kind of home type you're looking for, or maybe you're thinking about selling your house but you're not sure if it's the right time. It's very location specific, so definitely reach out to your trusted advisor. If you want to chat to me, just reach out to me and I can answer any questions that you do have. But anyways, we're just gonna have to see what happens with the Bank of Canada. They have another rate announcement on September 7th, so mark that date in your calendars. We'll have to see what happens. I do think that whatever they decide to do is going to set the tone for the rest of the year. So if they raise rates, I do think things are going to continue where prices are going to soften, the market's going to slow down a lot, and it's probably going to stay like that to the end of the year. But if they decide to hold rates, I do think that things will start to pick up a little bit again, like we saw in the spring, and we'll have a little bit of a busier fall market where maybe prices will start going up. But either way, we're going to have to see what happens. I think the decision that the Bank of Canada makes is going to really impact the market for the rest of the year. So what does this mean if you're planning to buy? If you're thinking about buying, you're probably going to have a lot less competition right now and a lot more negotiating room, which is great if that's the situation that you're in. I would definitely recommend getting pre-approved because now you're going to know exactly what your budget is and you can go in and negotiate aggressively. Also, if there is a rate hike, if you get pre-approved before that, you'll be able to lock in your rate. So that rate hike is not going to affect you. So would definitely recommend getting pre-approved. And if you're planning to sell, you got to make sure that your home stands out amongst the other competition, the other listings, and make sure that you're getting the most exposure for your home, because the homes that are getting exposed to the most buyers are the ones that are selling for more. So you just got to make sure you do things properly, make your home look really, really nice, and get it in front of all of the buyers that are out there looking for a home like yours. Now let's do a quick Mississauga real estate market update. So in July, there were 465 sales in Mississauga. The average price of a home is now just over $1,050,000. That number is 1% lower than last year and 4.9% lower than last month. The average price for a detached home is $1.53 million. That's $70K less than last month. A semi-detached will cost you about $1,057,000. That's a $50K drop from last month. The average price for a townhome is $1,061,000, which is about a $40K increase from last month. Condo townhome averages in at around $805,000. That's a $50K drop. And finally, a condo apartment will cost you about $675K. That's $40,000 more than last month. That's it for this one. I hope you found that information valuable and informative. If you have any questions at all, or if you are thinking of buying or selling a house, please reach out to me. You could shoot me a text or an email, or better yet, you could book a one-on-one call with me. The link will be in the description below. I would love to answer any questions that you have and help you make the most out of your home buying or selling journey. Now, if you learned something new in the video, please just hit that like button. I would seriously appreciate that. Also consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a great week and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.